Okay, so today we'll be covering a few parts of your PSLE paper. Take note that whatever we have here on the slides, it is not the exact PSLE paper from the past years. We have just adapted them so that the difficulty level is the same. Okay, so we're going to cover visual text, grammar cloze, editing, and comprehension cloze. Now, out of all these, I would say comprehension cloze is the most difficult. Followed by editing and then visual text. Grammar cloze shouldn't be that difficult because they actually give you the helping words at the top. So most of the time, if you read carefully and you pick the correct words, it's not going to be an issue. Okay, so let's cover visual text first. Now, visual text, there are a few questions that really require you to read all the options. So that, especially the true false questions, right? Like this one's the one that says, which of the following statements is true or false, that kind of thing. So whether they ask you for which one is true or which one is false, these types of questions, right? You should always look at all four, A, B, C, D. Okay, all four. Because if you you assume that you're correct and you're like, yeah, I must be correct because right, the poster says this, that kind of thing, right? You are making a big mistake. Sometimes the poster might say something, but you don't realize that you actually misunderstood the poster. And that's when you make a mistake and bad stuff happens. Okay, so it's always a good idea to read A, B, C, D, compare A, B, C, D to the poster, make sure that you find which one is true, which one is false. If the question is asking you for which one is true, then you jolly well find out whether there are other true statements as well or not. Okay, especially if after you're done looking through A, B, C, and D, then you realize, hey, A and C, right, are both actually true. How can that be? There must only be one true answer, what, right? So therefore, then you can go and compare why A and C are actually different. Okay. Hold on. So Ava and Timothy are in. So we're left with Julius, who's not in yet. Okay. Javen, I believe your screen, the background, that is not you. Please turn on your live camera, please. And for Timothy, Brian, Ava, and Sini, please leave your cameras on as well. Thank you. That's the class policy for 88 tuition. Nursing as well. Thank you. Celestine and Caleb, please show your faces as well. Okay. Continuing on. So know the meanings of common time expressions because these are very common when they give you a poster about an event. So if they tell you something like they all involve years. So if you look at the word biennial over here, right, you might very likely confuse yourself with the word biannual. But there are two different words. Look at this. Okay, if they tell you the event is happening biannually, it's actually happening once every 2 years only. That's what biennial actually was. Versus biannual, it means it's happening twice in a year. Okay, happening twice in a year. Bi means twice, annual means year, means twice in 1 year. Versus biennial, this is different. It's happening once every 2 years. So it's a common mistake that students make. And then annual, of course, means once a year. All right. So because the posters always have events, right? Then sometimes they tell you it's our biennial event or it's our annual event. You need to know how often the event actually happens. Yeah. Annual by itself is not really a word. Annual, yeah, it isn't a word. But biennial actually means once every 2 years. That's right. Yeah. Annual is not actually a word. Okay, so please note the difference between by a certain date versus before a certain date as well. If it says please register for the event before 18 June, if you register for it on 18 June, right, you are disqualified. Okay, you cannot register on that particular date. It says before. Okay, but if they say by this date, right, if you register on that date as well, it's still a legit registration. All right, so you got to know the difference between that. All right. Say if it's buy, you can still register on 18 June. If it's buy, all right, the deadline would include the date behind buy. So it means if you register on that day, right, it's not considered anymore, it's not legit anymore. All right, so keep that in mind. And also, I think one of the hardest questions that they will ask you, right, is the main purpose of the poster. All right, so they will ask you, what is the main purpose of the poster? And then you have to guess based on that. So how do you guess? First, read the title of the poster. That will give you kind of like a clue. Because obviously the biggest words, right, are the words that they want you to read when you actually read the poster for the first time, right? So that gives you a clue as to why they're creating the poster. And then look for some verbs that get you to carry out some action after reading the poster. So if the poster is telling you to sign up now, attractive prizes to be won, why are you waiting? Don't wait anymore. Come on down, that kind of thing. Obviously, the poster is trying to persuade you to come for the event, isn't it? So these are like verbs of persuasion. So if you can look for like verbs of like a persuasion, like a come on down. What else do you have? Sign up now, right? Sign up and then come on. What else? They will ask you to register soon, win attractive prizes, blah, blah, blah. All these things, right? Means your purpose is persuasion. That's why they created it. It's to persuade you to join the event, register for the event, whatever. All right. Then there are also purposes like inform, right? Sometimes they're just there to inform you. Like those police posters, right? That ask you to be careful of pickpockets or be careful of people molesting you on the train and all that. Those would be mostly would be it would be to actually that would be to warn you. All right, that's a different purpose, is to warn people. So things like be careful. What else is the famous one? Low crime doesn't mean no crime. All right, watch out. Words like that. These are all to warn you. All right. Inform would be like to inform. They actually use the word inform, or they will give you details, right? So detailed. They give you detailed information about the events, like what can you expect when you go there for the event? What are the programs? What kind of food is being sold? Can you buy drinks there? Do you need to buy vouchers or blah blah blah? That's mostly for to inform you about stuff. Okay. Um, I see that there is a Jaden who has joined us. Jaden, I can't find you on my attendance list. Would you be, you're not Javen, right? You're Jaden. Okay. Are you here for the first time, Jaden? Oh no. Okay. Because there's a Javen here, and Javen is the one with the weird Javen is the one with the weird background picture. Yeah, yeah. Javen. Oh, you're using your brother's laptop. Okay, so oh, you're Julius. Ah, okay. Sorry. Now I know. Okay. Next. So over here, these are the visual text strategies. Let's head on down and have a look at this quickly. So here we have two posters, or rather it's one poster, and it's basically advertising virtual reality gaming. It's the one where you put goggles over your eyes, and then you hold two controllers and you get to explore virtual reality worlds. Yeah, and let's go straight to the questions. Okay, the information is all here. So for example, question 1 over here, it says under the section be transformed. So where is that? Go back to the poster, have a look. There we go. It's the very first part, right? It says be transformed in the first paragraph. All right. Which of the following does not tell us what the virtual experience is like? Does not. Okay. So put on your VR headset. Doesn't really sound like it's the virtual experience. Immerse yourself in a computer generated environment. Wow, that sounds like virtual reality experience, right? Feel like you are in a thrilling action movie. Wow. Okay, so immerse yourself, right? Tells you what a virtual experience is like. Feel like you are in a thrilling action movie. It does tell you what the virtual experience is like. Turn into an action hero. Wow, it does tell you what the experience is like. But A over here doesn't tell you what the virtual reality experience is like. It just tells you, it just gives you instructions. You have to put on your virtual reality headset. Huh? That's not part of the virtual experience. That's just part of the instructions on what you need to do before you start experiencing virtual reality, right? So the answer here must be A, right? And let's have a quick look at here, just be double confirmed. 88 Rocks presents mind-blowing virtual reality games for groups of up to 8 players. This is the first one. Put on your VR headset. You immerse yourself in a computer-generated environment, all right, and become a game character in the virtual world. The technology will track your movements and display them as your character's actions, so you feel like you are in a thrilling action movie as you jump, aim, and shoot to complete your mission. Can't wait to turn into an action hero, right? So all of these are what you experience after you put on the headset. Okay, so the headset part doesn't make sense. So the answer must be A. It does not tell you what the experience is like. So you see what I just did? I went through A, B, C, D, and I don't assume, right? I don't immediately assume. I won't have that kind of thoughts that, oh, I picked that means it's definitely correct, that kind of thing. That is the worst mistake you can make for this kind of question. Okay, next. Under the section be transformed, where is it? Let's have a look. Be transformed, be transformed. Oh, it's still the same one. It's the first section, be transformed, right? Why is an exclamation mark used in the last sentence? Let's have a look. Last sentence here says what? Put on your VR headset, choose your mission gear, and off you go! Exclamation mark, right? So why do they put exclamation mark after off you go? Is it to excite the readers about the games? Maybe. Is it to instruct readers on how to play the game? Definitely not. How to play the game is at like the front part over here, right? Put on your VR headset, all right, and then after that you can jump, aim, and shoot, all these kinds of things. They have already given you the um they've given you the instructions previously. But you know what? The last sentence over here kind of sounds like instructions as well. Put on your VR headset, choose your mission gear, and off you go. That sounds like instructions as well. You know what? This could actually be the answer. To show readers how easy it is to play the games. Exclamation marks doesn't show you how easy it is to play the games. Exclamation marks are always used to show that the person talking to you through the poster is using a louder voice because they are excited or because they they think that that particular part is really important. Is it to challenge readers to sign up for the games right away? No, it's not the challenge. Challenge would be like, are you going to take up the challenge? Do you dare to do something? Are you ready? Are you prepared? That would be challenging, right? So over here, we are left with to excite readers about the games or to instruct readers on how to play the game. So why is the exclamation mark used over there? Let's have a look at it again. The last sentence, put on your VR headset, choose your mission gear, and off you go. Is it to excite readers about it? Not really. The entire last sentence, right, is giving you instructions, isn't it? It's telling you, put on your VR headset, choose your mission, off you go, right? The part where they are trying to excite you about the game is this part here. All right, you become a game character in a virtual world. Yeah, you feel like you are in a thrilling action movie. Yeah, you can turn into an action hero. Those are the parts that excite you about the game. The last sentence is basically giving you instructions, isn't it? Okay, so actually, It's to instruct readers on how to play the game and to